The word Trastevere is Latin and it means beyond the Tiber, which is appropriate as we walk along the heart of ancient Rome, the Tiber River. Originally, Trastevere was settled by the Etruscans, but in 509 BC, the Romans conquered the area and built these big walls along the Tiber River. The big walls did two things. One, it controlled the river, but it also created a buffer zone so Rome could protect itself. The bridge being the main checkpoint.
At the Ponte Setio, which is the bridge that goes to Tiber Island, and this plaque here was established in 370. Well, actually this was later. The bridge is from the year 370, but this is later. It was Caesar who founded this about 700 AD. So very interesting. Here's the Tiber River here, and we're gonna go over here into Trastevere. So come along for that walk as we go through the old Trastevere neighborhood in Plaza Pincinilla. And that bell tower up there is the oldest working bell tower in Rome from the year 1029. So very interesting bell tower, the oldest working bell tower in Rome.
Foreigners and less desirables such as sailors, Christians, and Jews were allowed to live in Trastevere, which was just beyond the borders of Rome. There wasn't any city planning in Trastevere, and the area was cramped, so you get these kind of narrow maze-like streets that kind of just seem to crisscross everywhere.
Here is the Church of Santa Cecilia, but it looks like today it is closed, so we won't be going inside. But very beautiful place there.
Santa Cecilia was a noble woman who was killed by Romans for using her house as a safe house for Christians. The food in Trastevere is amazing. You can try some interesting things. The first thing that we have is a souffle, which is a fried rice ball and was first introduced in the 1800s by French Napoleonic soldiers. The caprese pizza is interesting in that it has artichokes on it. Back in Roman times, the artichokes were considered poor Jewish food, but these days they are considered the neighborhood delicacy.
The back alleyways here of the Trastevere neighborhood are very quaint. Cobblestone. To the right there is a Mussolini era school that just recently got painted. So it would have been from the 30s. Very 30s fascist architecture there. I'm sidetracking from my route that I was taking so I can find a little cookie shop is what I'm looking for. We'll see if I can find it. Looks like I found it. Traditional biscotti shop here. Lots of cool things. We'll take some to go here. Check out that 1950s oven there. Place was hopping, but this small bag cost me €5 for cookies, and I think that's going to make a good snack for later. Love those old-fashioned 50s places.
Probably the best thing that you can do in Trastevere is just get lost. Although eventually, no matter which way you go, you're going to find yourself on the Via della Lungoretta. This is another ancient road that leads into the Piazza de Santa Maria, which is basically the neighborhood hangout area. The Basilica di Santa Maria in Trastevere is a very important church, and that is believed to be the oldest church dedicated to Saint Mary, the Mother of Jesus Christ. It was built on the site of an early Christian house, and on the portico of the church you will find tombstones of very early Christians. What I thought that was interesting is that on many of those tombstones was the depiction of many praying with their both hands above their heads, which was custom of many of the early Christians. Inside the church you will find a very ornate ceiling and beautiful gold leaf mosaics showing Jesus Christ giving a hug to his mother Mary. This is Saint Anthony, and he is the patron of lost things. Apparently there's a lot of lost things because his petition box was literally overflowing. Well, that's going to do it for my brief walk in Trastevere. I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about this very old neighborhood. We have lots more to learn, and we will see you in the next video.